Hey guys, so this is a demo of the Humanized VR Studio software, which is the stitching software for Vuze, the first affordable 3D 360 camera with 4K resolution. So first, an overview. The stitching software is very organized, and I like how they didn't just like throw in a bunch of commands and features. Rather, it seems that they organized it into a logical workflow. So if you keep that in mind, it will help you go through the software and make it easier to understand. So there are three modules. First, there's an importing module, and second, there's a preview and edit module, and third, there's a render module. So the import module is used to copy the data from either the camera or your micro SD card into your hard drive. Preview and edit is where you can look at the video and then edit it, like shorten it or change the colors or exposure and things like that. And then render is to render it to final MP4 format. So let's take a look at these. So here's so here let's try import. So I've inserted an SD card, a micro SD card reader, and you can see the rough thumbnail of the files that are in the card. So you select one, or so you can import them into your hard drive as a group. Or you can just import a few of them depending on which ones you plan to use. So in my case, I've already imported several of them. So I'm going to exit out there and I'm going to go to the preview. So from here, you can click on recent files or browse through the files, like kind of like a file directory. So with recent, it will show you the most recent imported files. So you'll notice that there's an import tab on the right side. Now on the if you can also go to browse, where you can browse through the files that you've already imported into this directory. So let's say I'm going to work with this one. So you open that, and then from this view you can see you'll see several views available. You can see the left eye, the right eye, or a stereo view, in top bottom format. So let's switch to left eye, and on the left side of the this module you'll see again a logical workflow. So the top first, you can trim the video. Second, if you took it upside down originally, so for example it was attached to a drone, you can flip it upside down. Then you can change the heading, which you can move the primary object of interest or the primary subject in the middle of the video, so that will be the first thing that the viewers will see. And here you can reduce the field of view from 360 all the way to like barely any field of view. And here you can change the watermark and and you can also move it from the top or the bottom. You can also change the size. And here you can see the advanced tools. So let's look at these one at a time. So to trim, you simply have to drag the beginning or end of the video, and that's it. It works just like any other video editor. So flipping the video is simple as toggling this button. Next, to move the heading or change the heading, you just click on this, and then you can just drag to the left or right. So in this case, let's say I want to put it here toward this grove here. And next, you can also reduce the field of view. So this is for effects. So like for example, if you only want it to be hemispherical, then you only just like that, then the viewer won't be able to see anything behind it. So if you have a camera crew or a lighting equipment or other things that you don't want the viewer to see, you can use this option. And as you can see, you can reduce it all the way to 1 or even 0 degrees. Of course, that would be pointless, but you have infinite control. Now for the patch, you can change the default patch, the default watermark. You can also switch it from top to bottom, and you can increase or decrease the size. You can go all the way to 100%, or it could 0%, in which case there's no watermark. Now we'll move on to the next tool, which is the advanced tools. There are 3 groups of advanced tools. The first is refine the stitching, second is the blending level, and third is the color correction. So as you can see here, there's like a break in the stitch line, a stitch line here that makes it more obvious, and it's there's no continuity. So you click on add current frame, and what that does is it's going to analyze the scene and make it a little bit smoother. And this one is still there's still a break, and you can't really do anything about that, because in this case I was shooting very close to this object, but it improved this one, and the farther it is, the better it will look. And again, blending level shows you how smooth the stitch line will be. So here there's none, and high will make it a little smoother. Now the third advanced tool is the color correction. So this controls these are ways to make the colors and exposure more consistent across the frame. So it could be none or simple. It uses one kind of algorithm for adjusting the colors and exposure, and advanced, which is yet another algorithm for exposure and color. So I just choose whichever looks good to me, and in this case it doesn't seem to make much of a difference, but I'm gonna go with advanced. So because here in simple, the shadows here are a little too dark. With advanced, this one brightens up the shadow here a little bit. So now that we've edited the video, we're gonna start rendering it. So we click on render, which gives us this dialog box. You can switch from 3D to 2D, change the aspect ratio. We might be wondering why is it asking for the aspect ratio. This is I think more like a field of view, but I don't exactly mean the initial field of view, but of course the whole thing will be 360, so it doesn't really matter. You can I just leave it there. And then for resolution, you could choose between 4K, 2K, or some other custom resolution. Now for advanced options, if you switch to 2D, you can choose between the left eye or the right eye. You can also specify the bit rate, and you can specify the stitching method. I haven't tried adaptive, so I don't know exactly what it does, but then here's where you type in the file name and the location. So you just go, let's say test, okay, then you press render. I tried rendering it, and because I'm also recording the screen, it dramatically slowed down the rendering time. So just to be fair to views, it took me like 2 minutes to render a 24-second video clip without this screen recording going on. And I'm using the Intel i5 4590 processor, which is kind of old. It's like a 4th generation core processor with Intel HD graphics, I think 4600. So anyway, I have the actual video posted on YouTube, which you can check it out. See the link. Thanks for watching.